Folks, we have an incredible update for Spider-Man Brand New Day, the fourth installment of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. This is coming from Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision. Boris Kitt reports that Jon Bernthal is joining Tom Holland in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, this is incredible for so many different reasons. So before we get too far into this article and talk about what this all means, celebratory sip of Tom Holland's Beero. Get your Beero, your non-alcoholic beer. It tastes like beer. It's pretty good. This is my least favorite flavor. I like the golden one better. So Jon Bernthal is joining Tom Holland's Spider-Man Brand New Day as the Punisher. This is a big deal in so many different levels. So let me start off with, first of all, the real world news. It's really fun because Tom Holland and Jon Bernthal auditioned for their respective roles at the same time. In fact, Tom Holland and Jon Bernthal helped each other audition. They were working on a project together around the same time that they were both, putting in for their respective roles, which is crazy to think about. It's been like 10 years since Tom Holland got announced. And so these are two characters that in the comics famously have a lot of interaction. And with the type of stories that we've had and the rights issues and difficulties that we've had, it was just kind of resigned that we would never see the Punisher and Spider-Man on screen together. Well, here we are 10 years later, and it's looking like this is exactly what's going to be happening. So outside of the real world and going into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is super exciting for a whole bunch of different reasons. First and foremost, the Punisher story arc right now has just kind of kicked open at the end of Daredevil Born Again. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but his involvement and the Punisher's involvement has a lot of greater implications for the streets of New York City. And him being a part of this movie really seems to imply that what's happening on the streets of New York City is going to impact Spider-Man. And folks have been begging for Spider-Man to go back to the streets. Spider-Man No Way Home was an incredible achievement, and the feeling of being in the theater for that movie, especially kind of coming off of COVID and not really having big movie theater movies for quite some time, incredible. And I have a special place in my heart for that movie. It is a comfort movie of mine, No Way Home. The multiverse stuff is just so big and so much. And prior to that, we had Spider-Man in Endgame and Infinity War. And then we had Spider-Man in Far From Home, where he's traveling around all of Europe. And there's this kind of multiverse subplot, but it's this whole other thing. It's been a really long time since we've had just Spider-Man swinging through New York City and like beating up criminals and taking care of the streets. That's what Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies were. That's what Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies kind of were. There was a fair bit of that in there. And honestly, it's what Spider-Man's comics and cartoons and stories have always been. It's just him taking care of the streets. It's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man because he takes care of your neighborhood. And so Jon Bernthal and the Punisher being involved in Brand New Day is really promising for that. Does this mean Daredevil's going to make an appearance? Possibly. My assumption is we won't hear anything for sure until maybe Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has finished filming. Maybe. This article does also kind of slide in a fun confirmation in there that Zendaya and Jacob Batalon are both returning. So MJ and Ned are both going to be in this film. How substantial their roles are is still not confirmed. It will likely be smaller roles, especially given what happens at the end of No Way Home. And we do, of course, have Sadie Sink from Stranger Things returning. Call it now. Save this in your logs. Carly Cooper. I'm calling it. She's going to be playing Carly Cooper. And then, of course, we have the rumors recently that the Incredible Hulk is going to be in this film as well. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. Who knows? What does this mean for Spider-Man? What does this mean that the story is going to be? Here is my official prediction for Spider-Man Brand New Day. At the end of No Way Home, the symbiote is left in the universe, in the MCU. I think the symbiote is going to be a key factor into introducing Mr. Negative. I think we might get the anti-Venom story arc in Brand New Day. I think that the Venom suit will likely affect Tom Holland's Peter Parker, and the symbiote suit will exemplify the negative feelings that he's having about being alone. And I think that the Punisher and Daredevil are both going to be in the film. This is kind of wish listing here. And my guess is that they are going to be essentially the angel and the devil on his shoulder, pun fully intended, with Punisher and Daredevil, on keeping him focused on what he needs to do. Because maybe he'll be angry and he'll be like, I can kill Mr. Negative and get this whole thing over with. And the Punisher's like, damn right, Red, that's what you gotta do. And Daredevil will be like, Spider-Man, no, you're a hero. You mean this, you're a symbol, blah, blah, blah. That's just my guess. Marvel, hey. I got my phone right here. I'm waiting for the call. In either case, I'm super excited. This movie feels like it's going to be very big, but I hope it's very big on a grounded scale. I don't need the multiverse. I don't need time travel. I don't need gratuitous cameos. But if we can use the right chess pieces, the right characters here, and really get something fun out of it, that's going to be super great. That's what I'm excited for. So we'll see. What do you guys think? What do you think happens in Spider-Man? As I drink my Biro, my Tom Holland Biro. Wow, I love Peter Parker. I'm gonna marry Zendaya one day. How'd I do? You know what's weird? This tastes better warmer. It's still not my favorite flavor, but it does taste better warmer. Something about like the citrusy. Oh god, I just spilled it on my keyboard. Oh no. If you want to watch any other content of mine, I am on YouTube at Jupigorg. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I like to post recaps and short videos of streams, and also that's where I announce my streams. So if I'm ever doing a bonus stream or you want to know when I'm going live, follow me in all those other places. Really appreciate y'all stopping by and having some fun with me. A lot of interesting things going on in the world right now, but entertainment, film, and TV, it's still out there, still the same, still bringing us a lot of joy. Folks, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you go out there and watch some movies. All right, take it easy, y'all. Good night.